Hey everyone, welcome to CETV for Camera Electronic. I'm the Saul Frank here, and sitting to my immediate left is a professional sports photographer, the best guy to test out a new camera from Nikon, the D780. So Daniel Carson, we're here thanks to the West Coast Eagles and Dan's connections through sports photography. D780.
Yeah, look, it's a brand new camera coming out from Nikon. I believe it is releasing literally within the same week that I'm holding this camera. So this is a very early use of the camera. Very first initial responses before we even talk about anything specific. This is a fantastic all-around camera.
And you're coming off a D5, right? So he's at the pro top level, but you must have friends and family say, you know, I'm an enthusiast, what should I buy? Would this fit in that level?
Absolutely. So basically, as I said, it is a really good all-around beast. I've been standing here shooting the West Coast Eagles closed training session all morning. It has well and truly worked everything that I needed it to do. Backlit, front lit, different focus modes, 3D tracking. It is actually doing everything I'm asking for it. Cool. Same stuff that I would do with the D5.
I don't know, what about other stuff? Could you use it for portraits? Could you use it in the studio?
Oh, absolutely, 24 megapixels.
People get that's a sweet spot, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. People get hung up on megapixels, and reality is it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, it's the quality of the images, it's the density. This camera, from what I'm seeing, from zooming in on the back of the screen, by the way, fantastic screen, better than the D5, probably even better than my DA50.
I suppose because aim for video, and videographers will use that screen a lot because it's doing 4K video, so we might even test some of that out later as well. What else can we say about this camera? So it's got 51 AF points. Did you manage to use those? Were they useful to you?
Absolutely. The way I shoot is I'm a little bit different to a lot of other photographers. People use their thumb for focus. I don't. I use my thumb to recompose constantly as I'm shooting.
Okay.
So on my D5, I've got a joystick. I'm constantly flicking around my focus points. On this guy, I'm doing the same with the dog jog circle. But what I also tested today was the 3D tracking feature. Yeah. And the D5's got it, and there's a lot of discussion of other brands that have it. I tried it today.
Say Nikon took some of the algorithms from the D5 and put it into this camera. So, you know, if you're an enthusiast who's got kids that do sports and you want to photograph them doing surfing, soccer on the weekends, and you don't want to shell out for a big D5, well, this camera's got some of the algorithms from the D5's tracking system in it. So,
absolutely, and look, it performs. It actually does. I mean, the amount of out-of-focus frames is absolutely minimal, which is the beauty about Nikons in general. They're really good at hitting the focus. That 3D tracking, if you guys are going to go down and take photos of your kids, you lock on your kid and it just follows him.
And I've heard that the ISO is out of this world, like it goes crazy high numbers.
Look, there's a point where you just need to absolutely push it. There's a discussion in the world that gear doesn't make you a better photographer. In sports, unfortunately, you do rely on your gear a lot. Yes. There's a lot of times, especially if you're not shooting in big optostating, which I'm lucky enough to do, you do need to push that ISO a lot. Especially if the sun dips down and you don't have these beautiful lights. You've got to be able to comfortably shoot at 5,000, 6,400 ISO.
And this would easily handle that, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool. And so for stills and for video, if you want to pump that ISO, you can in that camera.
Absolutely. I think we're at a point now that these cameras are doing better than we can dream of. So the camera shoots 7 frames per second. That's more than enough. So when I shoot on that D5, it's 12 frames a second capable. Quite often, I shoot it down to 9 to 8 frames a second. Just from my point of view, I don't really want to be, you don't really miss much, especially in a lot of sports that aren't that fast. Yeah. And you don't want to be editing an extra 100 frames at the end of 20 minutes of shooting all the time. So 7 frames a second is a really nice sweet spot, and you want a buffer and a card that writes fast enough that you can keep shooting, holding that down, and you're never going to miss something.
Invest in the better cards. You've got UHS-2 in that camera for that reason, so worthwhile investing in the better cards. Dan, you've been awesome, man. Thank you so much for testing the camera today. Nikon D780. Huge thanks to Nikon, to West Coast Eagles, and we're here. A big thanks to Mineral Resources Park. Dan Carson, you're a legend.
Thanks all.
Man. Cheers. See you, everyone.